Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A jury reaches a verdict in the case of Jordan Spates. Spates is accused of shooting a Winnebago County Sheriff's deputy in 2017. Hazmat crews are called to a fire at a Rockford distribution plant. The multi-alarm fire broke out at the South Central Avenue Company. Plus, a downtown Rockford business owner is closing up shop. She tells us why relocating to Byron is a better fit for her store. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric Wilson is off. A jury convicts a man accused of shooting a Winnebago County Sheriff's deputy in 2017. 32-year-old Jordan Spates was found guilty of attempted first-degree murder and aggravated battery with a firearm. He faces more than 50 years behind bars on both charges. Back in September 2017, Deputy Stephen Wright tried to pull Spates over for speeding. He fled, leading the officer on a high-speed chase. Spates then drove over the median near Springfield Avenue and Prairie Road into oncoming traffic. Spates stopped the car and began to run. After a short chase, Spates shot Wright twice. Spates was arrested about 2 weeks later in Georgia. Deputy Wright had to undergo several surgeries and spent months in recovery. He was able to return to the department about 9 months later. Spates is due back in court May 18th. A Rockford man could spend the next 60 years in prison after being convicted of rape. 23-year-old Harold Mabry was found guilty of predatory criminal sexual assault. Last February, a minor told a friend that she'd been raped when she was younger. Investigators say Mabry sexually assaulted the victim between 2016 and 2019. Mabry is set to be sentenced May 31st. A Carroll County woman is dead and 2 children hurt after a rollover crash in Lena this afternoon. Stevenson County first responders were called to the area of Crossroads and Coomber Roads around 1 to reports of a crash. Investigators say a 19-year-old woman was driving northbound on Crossroads when her vehicle left the gravel roadway, struck a ditch, and rolled over. It came to rest in a nearby field. The young woman was pronounced dead at the scene. A 12-year-old girl and a 1-year-old girl, both of Lena, were taken to FHN Memorial Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of that crash is still under investigation. Rockford fire crews are called to a multi-alarm fire this afternoon. Around 12:30, firefighters were called to Pierce Distribution Company on Central Avenue for reports of a fire. When they arrived, they found smoke coming from the roof of the building. The fire was brought under control within 40 minutes. No one was injured. A Rockford Fire District chief says the sprinkler system inside the facility did its job.
As far as we know, the sprinkler system inside was going off. There was very little fire inside the building, and most of what was burning was materials on the roof and the roofing material that they were replacing.
The cause of the fire is still under investigation. April is Child Abuse Prevention Month, and members of the community gathered to highlight the importance of spreading awareness. The Medical Evaluation Response Initiative team called Merit hosted the event. Jess Lipson was there. And Jess, what's the significance of blue pinwheels?
Mimi, each blue pinwheel represented a child that was referred in 2022 to the Medical Evaluation Response Team, also known as Merit. There were 403 pinwheels spinning in the wind as local leaders and members of Merit spoke about the importance of honoring those victims. Merit provides medical exams for abused children. Every 10 seconds, a report of a child abused is made in the United States. Those working closely with these cases gave speeches today to express the need for the community to support the fight against this issue.
So this month is really important, but really we should be doing this every day, every month, all year long. But April is the highlight for child abuse, and that is what we were doing here today, is honoring the children that we served and raising awareness that these children are needing to be served in our community.
Here at Eyewitness News, we're working to support anyone who may be facing sexual or domestic violence. We have a list of resources right here in our community that can help. Just go to our website and click on the State Line Strong tab. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Jess. Human service groups that help the homeless, developmentally disabled, and others in need are getting some financial support from the state of Illinois. The state's awarding $14 million to 70 organizations. More than 450 applications were received. Nearly $2 million will come to Winnebago County. The Boys and Girls Club of Rockford alone will get around $250,000. The money's earmarked to address physical construction and accessibility needs.
Those are the things that people don't often pay attention to, right? We think about can we add another bed here or can we provide another service? But you can't do any of that if your building is falling in, if your bathrooms don't work.
Funding for the Capital Grant Rewards program comes from the state's Rebuild Illinois program. A bill working its way through Springfield could put a cap on money school districts are allowed to have in their reserves. It would require school boards to add up the average amount they spent on operations for the last 3 fiscal years. If the money they have in reserves is more than 2.5 times that amount, districts would have to come up with a plan to bring it down. The proposal also would require school boards to present information about their operations budget.
This is another way to hold the districts and the school boards accountable for that action plan for what they're going to do if they're sitting on an extraordinary amount of cash on hand.
The bill passed out of the Senate unanimously and is now in the House. Rockford Public Schools hosts a business trade show for high school juniors. The event took place at Rockford University this morning. Over 150 11th grade students from Auburn, East, Guilford, and Jefferson were all on hand. Students got the chance to participate in different competitions. Each team of students created a company and a product to sell. The team set up booths and pitched their products. Members of the local business community acted as judges. The students were excited to be participating in the event.
The students love the opportunity to get out of school for a day, of course, but then to also come and be able to interact with the business community, with teachers and students from other schools, to be able to sell their products to each other, gives them a real feeling of what it would be like if they do this after they graduate from high school.
The students also toured the college and learned about Rockford University's business programs. Businesses are coming and going in downtown Rockford. Our Nicole Delgado talked to local businesses moving out and others that are setting up shop. Nicole?
Yeah, Mimi, while loved and well-known businesses are leaving, new ones are popping up. I'm told the ones that are leaving, they're doing what is best for their business.
We wanted to close a couple years ago. We just couldn't because of our customers and just feeling bad leaving downtown Rockford. But we've continued to listen to customer feedback and we just knew it was the right time.
Bath & Body Fusion has been in downtown Rockford for 12 years. Saturday will be their last day open here before they move to Byron. Owner Jenny Ralston says while it's bittersweet, she believes this is what is best for her business.
We have many people that drive from Oregon, Dixon, Sterling, Davis Junction, so we'll hopefully be more centrally located to a lot of our rural customers.
Amy McDonald recently moved into a downtown vacant storefront. Allura Home Interior's new home is on East State Street under the Standard.
There are people that really are celebratory of downtown, and then there are other people that don't feel quite as celebratory. I am just very excited to be downtown, so I think it's going to be totally great.
While there are still a few empty spots downtown, McDonald sees those as an opportunity for a new business.
I would love to be able to contribute into making downtown even greater, and I really believe that all the local businesses that are down here, I would have to believe that that's what they all are down here for, is because they want to see downtown be great.
Both Jenny and Amy encourage people to shop local and hope that downtown Rockford will continue to grow.
Most people have a big dream and goals of opening businesses, and it's been a challenging few years to say the least. And my biggest message is just get out there and support everything local you can.
Bath & Body Fusion is already setting up shop in Byron. They will open next week. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Nicole. Washington, D.C. is promising Ukraine significant support over the next few months. Coming up, it comes as U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen pledges additional economic, security, and humanitarian assistance.
The temperatures today reached the 80-degree mark for the third day in a row here in Rockford. Big changes in store for the weekend, though, including storms and maybe even some snow. I'll let you know what to expect beyond the weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
The Treasury's top leaders promising Ukraine significant support in the coming months for its defense against Russia. Secretary Janet Yellen made the pledge for additional economic security and humanitarian assistance while hosting the Ukrainian Prime Minister in D.C. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenor reports on the upcoming support from the U.S. and other allies.
To support Ukraine in every way we can.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said Thursday time has only strengthened U.S. support for Ukraine's struggle against Russia, and she promised more help is on the way.
As President Zelensky said, this support is not charity. It's an investment in democracy and global security.
Since the war began 14 months ago, the U.S. has provided Ukraine with more than $100 billion in military and civilian support. Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal stressed his country is committed to preventing any misuse of those funds.
Ukraine implemented exceptional measures of control to monitor the use of American assistance.
On the global stage, Ukraine and the International Monetary Fund agreed last month on a nearly $16 billion loan package to help the country rebuild.
This commitment is a significant step toward putting Ukraine on a sound economic path.
Yellen and Shmyhal also applauded new sanctions against Russia. But all of the support coincides with potential security complications between Ukraine and the U.S. after a massive leak of classified documents appeared to disclose some of the country's upcoming military plans.
We need to ensure that these leaks in no way undermine that counteroffensive.
Massachusetts Congressman Jake Auchincloss and his colleagues will get a classified briefing on the leak when they return from recess next week. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
That was another sunny, warm day here in the state line. Great way to end the work week. When we come back, Jordan tells us why we probably shouldn't get used to it. He's coming up next.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from meteorologist Jordan Wolf.
Bright blue skies and plenty of sunshine dominated the air once again today, similar to what we had over the last few days, bringing our temperatures once again into the 80s like we have had for now 3 days in a row here in Rockford. Our SkyTrack cameras across the state line showing off a lot of the clear air that we have, but also some drier air, and that's why we've had the fire risk a little bit over the last few days. Not a lot of rain and not a lot of moisture in the air either. Our skies remaining very clear at the moment on satellite and radar, and our stronger southerly breeze helping to keep our temperatures a little bit on the warmer side ahead of our next system that will cool us off. Many areas are into the 80s and have been throughout the day today, as well as the last few days for our high temperatures. Hey, our temperatures right now are in the 80s once again, 81 in Rockford, 82 in Rochelle, but look at some of our dew points down in the 40s and even in the 30s. Those dew points a little bit on the lower side, allowing for that elevated or slightly higher fire risk over the last few days. Once again, continuing into today, although not quite as bad as it was over the last couple of days. Our warmth this week continues once again now, as I mentioned, 3 days in a row where we have had 80 degrees. That is actually the first time that we've had that since September 15th through the 21st. That was over 200 days ago was the last time that we had a string of 3 days in a row reaching that 80-degree mark. The warmth over the afternoon lasts into the evening and overnight as well, as our low temperature only falls back down to 58 degrees. That's pretty close to our normal high temperature for this time of year. We are going to see a lack of precipitation once again continuing overnight. However, that changes as we get into tomorrow evening. Temperatures before that cold front comes in warm into around that 80-degree mark once again, 79 degrees for that afternoon high here in Rockford. That cold front brings us a chance for some storms, as well as eventually much colder temperatures for the back half of the weekend. We go to Futurecast now as we see that initially we have a lot of clouds, but we get some clearing by early tomorrow morning. Temperatures warming very quickly into the upper 70s. As we get into the afternoon, we could see a stray shower or two early into the afternoon, but the higher chance for some storms comes in as we get later on into the evening, with a few stronger storms remaining possible along that line. Showers and scattered showers do continue as we get through the day on Sunday, and then eventually as colder air wraps in on this low pressure system, we could be talking about some snow as we get into Sunday evening and potentially the overnight hours as well, as temperatures cool down very quickly back down into the 20s or back down into the 30s, feeling a lot colder than where we were today. So near 80 degrees for Saturday. Sunday, that high is going to be reached very early on, but 53 degrees, and then that chance for some snow early into the week, warming up very slowly, but we do get back up into the 50s and even into the 60s, Mimi, as we get into the end of the week.
All right, thanks for that, Jordan. Reagan's in next with sports. It's another must-win game for the Bulls tonight, this time down in Miami.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
The Chicago Bulls have one final chance to punch their ticket to the NBA playoffs in the play-in tournament tonight against the Miami Heat. And it's do or die. The winner of this game advances as the 8 seed, where they would play the team with the best record in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bulls have the momentum going into this one tonight, though. They swept the regular season series and are coming off of a massive 19-point comeback against the Raptors on Wednesday, all of which was fueled by Zach LaVine and a huge 39-point performance. Since the All-Star game, LaVine has averaged 27 points per game on 53% shooting.
It feels good. I knew I was going to get in rhythm after, coming off the injury in the summertime. Credit to him. He did a good job talking to me, when I was upset early on in the season, getting my rhythm back. And then obviously about a month before All-Star break, started feeling like myself. And I think everything, you guys could see that. Numbers show it. And, I wanted to take it into this, these playing games.
Another big night from him will be key for the Bulls. Tip-off for this play-in match is set for 6 p.m. The Ice Hogs are in the same boat as the Bulls, still trying to claw their way into the playoffs. The Hogs match up with the Griffins tonight for the final time of the regular season. Rockford could clinch a spot in the Calder Cup playoffs with a win tonight and a Chicago Wolves regulation loss. The Ice Hogs offense has scored 15 goals in their last 4 games. That recent outburst could bode well tonight. So here's a look at where things stand in the Central Division. Again, the top 5 teams grab a spot in the playoff. Texas, Milwaukee, and Manitoba are already an automatic lock. The Wild are in 4th right now with 76 points. The Hogs have been holding steady in 5th place, now with 75 points. The Wolves aren't far behind, though, with 72, and that's why, as I mentioned before, if Chicago loses in regulation tonight and the Hogs win, they're in. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
First one, interactive radar from Rockford Auto Glass and More. Not showing anything here locally at the moment, but a cold front out to the west will work its way slower to the area as we get a little bit later on here into the weekend. Mainly tomorrow evening, we have a chance for some storms. Potentially a couple could be severe. After that, much colder temperatures, even some snow possible Monday, but warming up into most of next week.
All right, thanks, Jordan, and thanks for joining us. Have a good evening.